I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to catch my ride, but I knew I wasn't going to wake up at 4 a.m., so I just stayed up all night. Eventually, my ride came around 5, and we got in a car, and I watched the sunrise. We passed through my hometown on our way, but we didn't stop for anything, and it felt like I was sneaking through familiar ground, trying not to be noticed. It was kind of weird not to stop and say hi to anyone. I did enjoy seeing familiar sights, though, like the lake and Mount Shasta from a few different angles, and the Skittles-colored trucks. Though it was familiar to me, it was still an incredibly long ride. Along the way, I was happy to see some birds and play with my camera. This, by the way, has been the camera's biggest adventure to date. But the scenery almost did not make up for the fact that I was in a car for 8 hours. I could have been paid for a full day's work, but instead I was in a car, moving slowly north from San Jose, California to Fish Lake, Oregon. Okay, so this is Fish Lake. And on that lake we fished. That is pretty much the point, to fish and hang out with these people.
I feel like around my parents, just, oh, Jesus Christ. This is not going to be, is this a recording?
Possibly.
Oh, jeez. Do you want them? If you stretch them out too much, I might bite your face off. Well, there's no way those are fitting over.
Wait, David, look over here.
Extremely fat head and he wears.
I can record all your movements and sounds. There you go.
What do you want to play? Nerds! You're super nerds. I hate rap. It's not really rap, it's just sort of like poppy. It's just really funny. Don't need my footsie? No. It's been on a boat all day. I just want
Day 3 at Fish Lake.
Do you want to see my new short distance? No.
Trees!
It really is about a mile.
And yes, there were a lot of trees as we were in a forest. I realized being here this year that I really missed the sight of redwoods and evergreens in general, which are pretty sparse around the campus. And here's our cabin again.
Either a year.
Then we took a day trip to a completely different but similar looking lake, and there too we fished. When I say we, I mean they, because I only fished once, and it wasn't here. I've only caught 2 fish in my entire life, both at Fish Lake. Does anybody mind if I talk into a small technical device? So, what lake are we on?
Howard Prairie.
We're on Howard Prairie Lake. And I'm on a boat.
Yeah, we haven't caught a fish yet, so that means that there aren't any here. Restocking.
This is pretty much all we've done so far. We found a building. Then we said goodbye to lakes in general and drove to Ashland, which is actually just about an hour away. And the car ride this time was much more pleasant because I made the car listen to Hank Green. Okay, so I'm in Ashland now at... Molly, where are we? And I'm gonna go see a play and we have ice cream. And that's really it right now. By the way, we are standing behind the Globe Theater at the Ashland Shakespeare Festival. Hi, I'm Molly.
Hi, Heather.
Tree. So we just saw, yes, I'm filming. I always film, just to increase the awkward. We just saw American Night at the new theater here in Ashland, and it was an amazing play. What do you think of it, Hallie?
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah? Did you sing along at the end?
I did not.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah?
I had fun.
What was your favorite part?
Going through the transition from being really, what do I want to say, disenchanted with the idea of America to coming back around to when you embrace it, you have to embrace all of it.
Then, since I didn't have a car, and Molly had to work during the evenings, and everyone else was busy seeing plays all day, I kind of just bummed around Ashland for 4 days. It was rather a nice experience, since Ashland is a small enough town that you can simply walk everywhere. And like small towns, it was kind of quirky. There were people with weird walking bikes who hung around the theaters, and people with bronze clothing who liked to not move at all. The night before I left, Molly took me to a really loud pub called the Black Sheep.
Welcome to the Black Sheep!
Okay, so Deborah was introduced to Hank Green's music over this vacation. What did you think of it?
I really liked the one that he wrote for his wife. I
Yeah.
thought that one was very sweet. But it was fun. I didn't think it was nerdy at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was juvenile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the point.
Then it's good. It did its job.
Then we piled into a car again to leave the city of Ashland to its mountainous hills, looking forward to another 8-hour trip home. I really love the scenery of Oregon and what I consider to be the true Northern California because I equate the North State to evergreens and mountains. Then we stopped for lunch, and I forgot to take my leftover half of lasagna home. On the way back down, I got a shot of Castle Craig, although a poor one. But this, and Mount Shasta and Shasta Lake, are the monuments of my childhood. Then we came back home towards the Bay Area, and the hills lost their trees and their height and their majesty.